So, just having a bit of a grief there. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've got Raj to our left, so good afternoon, and hope you are well.
Yeah, good, thanks. Hope you are as well, Dan. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. We've got two favourite games coming up, or three because I've got a game after my new game.
No, actually. But yeah, two big games. The Bournemouth one's more important, really. I think the United one's obviously a much harder game, and obviously a bigger atmosphere, a bigger occasion, I suppose. But Bournemouth does have more importance. Obviously, Bournemouth a tough start to the season with the teams that they had. They obviously got rid of Scott Parker, which was arguably a bit harsh because of that. And overall, I thought they did all right after that, but they found it really difficult since then, and they're kind of dropping off where I thought they would be. And given our resurgence, and well, not so much resurgence, just us becoming a team, basically. I really think we can do it this time, and we've got a very poor record against Bournemouth. Going back years now, the lockdown season, we didn't beat them that season. We didn't beat them last season or the year before or this year so far. So, yeah, it's not a very good record against Bournemouth, and I think this weekend should be the time to end it. Hopefully, need a bit of revenge on them after their comeback against us at the start of the year, which I don't think would happen now, based off how we're playing, and obviously. They not that it mattered in the end, but they stopped us from getting the top two or trying to get the top two on that last day against Hull. But yeah, some revenge I think's in order. Just hopefully it's not too windy for them down there and actually make the game go ahead.
You just talk the thought out where and then hopefully that it's not too windy or their doorbell and came off.
Yeah, they can't have the grass slightly blowing a little bit too far in the wrong direction. Might distract them.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully the game is on tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we're going into it after a good win last week against Leicester. It took to the second half, but that first half we were quite cagey and quite a closer game than we expected to be fair.
Yeah, I think if any of the teams playing against us, they probably would have put some of those chances away. Obviously, Harvey Barnes missed an open goal. He did in the second half as well. It's rather even, but Leicester just the whole game couldn't find the net. They couldn't find a shot on target. They just didn't threaten us at all. They had quite a lot of the ball, but they were just so unreliable with what they were doing with it, especially in front of goal. So I never really felt too concerned, even though we weren't winning at the time, or even when they did have the ball, I wasn't really that concerned based off how they just can't score goals. And I think we deservedly took the lead. Gibbs White was outstanding as he always is. He set up both goals. I think Surrey played a big part in them as well. He assisted the assister both times. And obviously, it was that same combination for both goals. The second goal I think is incredible though. Like the clearance from Gibbs White, he then follows on to his own ball and he just muscles off a few Leicester players on his own, and he just pings that incredible side-footed pass over to Jono, just like it's so easy. And it's a really good goal from Johnson, and he needs that. He really does. And it just causes more problems up front. Nice problems though, because we've got so many brilliant options now. Johnson finally his form. Scarpa's going to get there, in my opinion. He's had a bit of a slow start. He's not been bad though. Just needs to, settle in. I think. Obviously, Lingard when he's back, he was looking like flashes of his old self. Obviously, at the start of before he got injured at the start of the season, he struggled. And yeah, I think we're probably going to be signing another winger, which is just going to make our options even more congested. But I think we need it really because I don't believe in Dennis that much, and don't really think Martin is in the reckoning either. And obviously, from Surridge and Awani, it's good in for Awani. He's going to be out for a while, but we are looking to sign Chris Wood, of course, which I think he's probably quite a safe option. You know, I don't think it's anything we should be too concerned about. I know he's not done very well at Newcastle, but he signed for Newcastle a year ago when they were trying to stay in the league, and now they're trying to go for Champions League. And within a year, you know, it's an unbelievable turnaround. And he was never really going to be a long-term option for them or be their first choice. So that's probably why I struggled. And the standards have dramatically gone up since he joined Newcastle. So, yeah, I'm not concerned they struggled for them because at Burnley, he was a consistent goal scorer for a team that quite frequently were higher than where we are now. And obviously had spells where we are now because they've been relegated since. But Chris Wood is a solid, dependable striker in the Prem. He's not a very long-term option. He's 31. You can still get a few years out of him. And we need experience right now, and we need another striker. And when one is back, you know, that's three great strikers, and I'm counting Surridge in that as well. But obviously, we use Jono and Morgan as forwards a lot as well. But yeah, it's good that we have these options now in attack.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to have that great options, and even though we did sort of start last Saturday, for Cooper to change it like he did, and have that massive impact on the game. I mean, he was going back to that phase he used last season against Millwall about finishers, and it actually proving that on Saturday because it was that combo between Gibbs White, Surridge, and Johnner that got both goals for Johnner, which was great to see, and hopefully Johnner can kick on now with that confidence that he is scoring.
Yeah, I think it was also good that Cooper made a change earlier as well because, like, often we say he should be bringing players on earlier or being more positive with his substitutions. And yeah, you know, Surridge I think was really good, and he proved that he's still good enough to play in the team or have minutes at least, be an impact player. I love Sam, and I think he's proven what he can do. I really want him to get a goal as soon as possible. You know, that'd be huge for his confidence and our confidence in him as well. And he came very close, I thought, against Leicester. That header, of
Yeah,
course, he got the assists for the assister for both of the goals. Just very positive energy when Sam's on the pitch, and you know, he's a very underrated player for us. He struggled against Blackpool. Even I was critical of him, but everyone struggled against them. But you know, he wasn't so much a finisher because he played most of the second half. But players like O'Brien came on, and well, actually, Colback was on for the whole second half. But O'Brien came on. I thought he did all right as well. And I like the term, you know, like just little things like that Cooper's instilled in the club that just gives it a slightly different kind of perception. It's, you know, substitution. It sounds a little bit more negative than a finisher because you can come and finish the game or make an impact at the end of the game. And, you know, it's psychological, but I think it's probably quite a good thing.
yeah, definitely. I could agree more with that, and it's just nice to get one over Leicester actually as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, it
which
was.
great, and obviously we moved up to 13th, and it was a shame that it was a good thing that Palace got that late equaliser against Man U on Wednesday, but I mean we're only 3 points off Palace. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, thinking if we beat Bournemouth we go above them, but that gap that was there probably 2 3 months ago seems a lot more. From 13th to where we were, it's a lot more smaller now. Where we were to 17th was a small gap.
Yeah, it's I just think it's amazing that in a short period of time we suddenly aren't really thinking about relegation. Like I'm still wary, of course, and that's still our ultimate goal is to survive this division. You know, anything higher than 17th is a bonus, right? You know, our main goal is to survive the Premier League, and the way we're going, I think we will. We've got an excellent squad. We're seeing that it's coming together, but they're going to continue to add quality to it. You know, Scarpa, Delineo, Chris Wood now. They're three great additions. Obviously, we've not seen two of them play, but particularly Delineo looks very exciting. So, yeah, you know, I have full belief in the manager and the management and, you know, the ambition from the board, everything. I think we're in a very good place to stay up. We're running like a Premier League club now. But ultimately, it's our main goal to survive. But I do think we can push on. I don't know where the limit is.
Mm.
I don't see us getting top 10 or anything, but the way we're going, I don't see why we couldn't finish where we are now or 12th or something, which if we did, that would be remarkable, saying where we were at the start of the season. Yeah, because we signed a lot of new players, but I just think it's amazing what we've managed to achieve in a short period of time. Since like November time, the World Cup kind of messed up our progress a little, or not. It sounds like it's took us quite a while to get from
Yeah.
where we were to here, from the start of November to January. But obviously, there's been like 6 weeks without any games. But yeah, overall, we've gone from the bottom of the league to 13th in about 9 matches, which is
Yeah.
unreal. So, especially in the Premier League, it's not easy, and because it's so congested, I think we have had a bit of luck when it comes to that. But you need a bit of luck as well. So yeah, we still need to sign some more players. Getting in Wood's great. And I think we still probably need to sign a centre back, but I think after that, actually, to be honest, more than anything, I think we need to sign another goalkeeper. I think obviously Wall, no idea when Nick is going to be available. And apparently, he's meant to be back not too far away, but he's going to take a while to get up to speed. Probably, I think McKenna and Bolly are still question marks, but they've shown what they can do in recent games. And Cook is obviously a bit of a weaker link. So we are going to need to sign a centre back, but I think because of those two picking up the form, it's kind of made it harder for them to be dropped completely. But
Yeah.
right now, we need to get another keeper. Like, I don't know what it means for Hendo, because whoever we're going to sign, it's going to be a first choice quality goalkeeper. And for a side that are no more than mid table this season, you're not really going to want to see a goal that got to the World Cup semi-finals and Livakovic being on the bench for us. I don't think we're going to get Keller Navas either. I know we've been linked with the a guy from Portugal. Can't remember what his name is, but we've
I
been
knew
linked
you
with
had
him.
that.
Yeah, I saw reports today of that. So there's been lots of reports of goalkeepers all of a sudden. But I mean, I'd love Livakovic. I think he was excellent at the World Cup, and he's a lot younger than Navas, a bit older than Henderson. There's two amazing goalkeepers there, and obviously Dino's on loan. So if we do lose Dino and we can't get him back, then we've got an amazing goalkeeper to step in right there for probably quite a few seasons. But I think right now we'd all love it if Henderson was to be our permanent goalkeeper for the foreseeable. But this injury may have slightly changed how it's going to go, which is sad. But if the guy that comes in, we all love him and he thinks he's good enough, then we can kind of move past it. But hopefully Hendo can come back sooner rather than later. But regardless, we need someone else just for numbers and then for strength in depth, because Hennessy and particularly Jordan Smith are nothing close to Dino. So yeah, that's probably where I stand on transfers at the moment, really.
Yeah. And that's the thing about the loan players. We said it in the summer about not falling in love with loan players, but you can't help it in a way.
No, no. Watching Dino, you can't not love him for that. And I think it is a good thing though that obviously last season and most seasons when we have every year we have like 3 or 4 loan players. Forest always have done in the Championship anyway, but we never ever have the option to buy. So like we either just don't bring them back, or we because there wasn't the option to buy, it doesn't give us that option
Mm.
before they even left the club. And it doesn't mean you can't go out and buy them, of course, but having that option does give you a bit of security. But I think it's great that not only the fact that we're in the Premier League now, we have the money to buy these players, but the fact that we've already got the option with Wood and Loddy. If we like both of them enough to buy them, well, there we go. Straight away, we've already agreed the deal before they even kicked the ball for us. So, yeah, it does give us that security that if we want to keep those two, probably more likely Loddy, but we'll see about Chris Wood. Yeah, we've got the option there. And obviously, Hendo's not got the option. Like I said, it might be a bit confusing now with his injury, but we can still go out and get him if we wanted to. But I think the keeper situation is going to be very interesting to see who ends up being our number one going forward, whether Hendo comes back when he's injured or whoever we sign becomes first choice and at Hendo's expense, which would be unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, got Danilo in as well in the week, and obviously Chris Wood's practically near enough signed now, as
Mm,
Fabrizio said. Um,
yeah,
my friend Fabrizio, I see.
yeah. You'll bet your mate now from it's yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, from what Cooper said, he signs quality, and
Mm.
I mean, would you throw him into the start tomorrow, or is that sort of like unfair on the players that sort of earned that shirt now?
I don't think he will start, to be honest, but I wouldn't be against it at all. Yeah, let's just see what he can do as soon as possible. So I'd probably start. I'd probably start him alongside Fowler and Yates. That's my ideal midfield right now. And the fact that Mangala and Colback and even Kuarte and O'Brien. Obviously, Kuarte is not fit, but that's an unbelievable options at midfield that's there. But then again, I wouldn't be against it if we kept Mangala in, or I doubt we would play O'Brien. But even Colback, I think Colback's earned the right to play right now. Like so many amazing options in midfield, and some of them are just going to have to get pushed out a bit. But yeah, I think we needed him just for longevity because ultimately three of those midfielders are plus 30.
Mhm.
Callback, Foiler, Yates. Not Yates. He's not 30. Callback, Foiler, and Curate is what I meant to say. He's got
I think
Yates in his name at least.
I think someone clip that in onto Twitter.
Oh, because gonna get exposed now. But no, Yates is certainly not 30. He's still young and thriving and improving. But yeah, it's good. We needed Delineo just to like really assert ourselves and have someone to like make a central defensive midfielder their own position for longevity, and it just adds competition, doesn't it? So yeah, some really really good options across the whole pitch. It's still kind of surreal, really, to see all these players playing for us.
Yeah, definitely. It is still real to be fair. And it's I mean it is a different team that will play Bournemouth as well, which I mean different. I know two different games, but I mean we are in a lot more better stead going there. Well, fingers crossed it's not postponed. Um, but
You never
we're in a
know.
really good stand down to Bournemouth than we have done in quite a few years.
Yeah, I know a few years ago we went there and we lost 2-0 rather hopelessly under Chris Hughton. And then I remember we drew the other game 0-0. Don't remember much from it though, because it was that dull as it was under Chris Hughton most of the time. And then obviously we played them last season. We lost to them, didn't we? 2-1, and then we lost to them again under Cooper in that promotion decider. But yeah, we've not got a very good record against them. And then of course they beat us again. So like, I'm sick of losing to Bournemouth. Like, come on, we can beat Bournemouth, surely. We've got some good players, but I think we've got a better team. We're a bigger club. We've got a bigger team. I'm not gonna like disrespect Bournemouth. I think they thoroughly deserve to beat us at the start of the year, but a huge amount's happened at the club since then. Mainly, we've just become an actual squad of people that get on and understand each other rather than just a lot of individuals. So, this is why I don't think we should even really take into account that first game because it was just so different. Like, there's even the first half when we were 2-0 up in that match, we weren't playing very well. So we were kind of lucky to be winning 2-0. So the fact we bottled it wasn't really a shock looking back, but obviously we didn't do ourselves any favours at all. But yeah, I'd be very, very surprised if we see a game like that again. Anytime soon, but definitely tomorrow. Bournemouth, at home, they do have the advantage, but I haven't looked at their form in depth, but they haven't won for a long time, especially in the league. I think it was Everton actually the last time they won before the World Cup, I think, or something. So it's been a while. I think that was the last time that they won, and they won quite convincingly. But yeah, since like I think it was like a long time ago now. They've won hardly any games, so they've been telling off, and I only see them continuing doing that. So yeah, the quality we've got, our situation compared to their situation, they've just signed this guy from I can't remember, it's Club Brugge or somewhere. Don't know where it is, but he signed a winger for like 20 million this morning. I saw, but
Oh yeah. I've been reading that about that last couple of days.
yeah, sounds like an exciting player. But yeah, fair play to Bournemouth for trying to do something about it and doing what they didn't do under Scott Parker and actually sign players for the manager. But yeah, regardless of that, I'm still very optimistic for this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Mark saying good afternoon, gentlemen. Hope you are both well.
I'm very well,
Oh,
thanks.
I'm very well as well, Mark. But yeah, I completely agree. To be fair, have you got a score prediction?
Uh,
We weren't far off. Like, I mean, if 2-0 was quite popular last week, and we got it.
yeah, I got it right. I got it right. I kind of feel like the way we are compared to them, we have the ability to win by a few, but I don't ever want to be too over the top, especially away from home. We got that win against Southampton, so that is a start. So I'll just go for a nice conservative 2-1 win to Nottingham Forest.
I take that. Definitely. I said 2-1, funny enough, as well.
Hmm.
So, um, couldn't agree more. Um, what about your socials? There
Yeah,
was socials to everyone.
yeah, everyone, please subscribe to Rad's YouTube channel, my Twitter here as well, Instagram, everything, lots of Forest related stuff, which I'm sure will take your fancy. So yeah, please come and subscribe, follow me, and subscribe to Talk Forest TV as well.
And you guys know where the socials are. Watch his channel is quality as well.
Quality. I'm certified now. You got to come over.
It's the instead of the tits, the truth.
I'm very proud of that. I'm certified quality channel now. Thank you.
Right, so, so I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys, and hope